Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture resuming today. This week, the Commission hearing evidence relating to claims of corruption at the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa. Among witnesses taking the stand, Popo Molefe, who is the former chairperson of the board of PRASA. Reporter Michael Apple is monitoring the inquiry for us today and joins us. Michael, good afternoon to you. And Popo Molefe went straight into it, didn't he? Said that investigations showed, and I quote, massive corruption within PRASA, also saying that he briefed the ANC's top six.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jeremy. That's right. He's told the Zondo inquiry into state capture just how at every turn almost the board of the Passenger Rail Agency was stifled in its attempts to hold those who were responsible for what he said was massive corruption related to multi-billion rand tenders for locomotives and various other tenders related to that industry, to hold them accountable, including the former Group CEO of the Passenger Rail Agency, Lucky Montana. And when it became clear that the board was perhaps flying too close to the sun, as it were, that is when the Minister of Transport, then Minister Dipuo Peters, stepped in. There was attempts to try and delay the appointment of a new Group CEO, a position which Mr. Molefe has told the Zondo inquiry hasn't been filled. The position of Group CEO hasn't been filled on a permanent basis in the last 5 years, saying that the rot is so deep and the amount of corruption that has been exposed is of such a great amount that anybody taking up that position would have to take action against those within the ranks of the organization, and it would also point out who is responsible for perhaps covering up and delaying action against those who are alleged to have benefited to the tune of hundreds of millions. So from the top, from the minister to the Parliamentary Oversight Committee, the Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo asking, you briefed the ANC's top six, Jeff Radebe, who was a minister in the presidency at the time, the Minister of Transport. Everybody knew about this pervasive corruption, the systemic corruption within the organization, yet nobody did anything. Was this purely coincidence that in March 2017 your board is then dissolved, or do you read more into it?
And also illustrating the classic, almost pincer movement as far as state capture is concerned, saying that for state capture to succeed, two things have to happen, Michael. Systems had to be irrevocably broken, but also, as you've just mentioned, good people were replaced by those who were compliant.
Jeremy, it's a pattern we have seen, and if you sit in the state capture inquiry for as many months as reporters do, you start to see a pattern develop where you have certain people within municipalities, you have CFOs, you have municipal managers that are there, they start to question the powers that be, and then all of a sudden they are replaced, removed, and replaced with what Molefe calls somebody who is more compliant to the wishes and the whims of the powers that be, those who are seeking to capture the state. So he says the exact same thing happened here, in that you have those within PRASA, those on the board who were trying their utmost best to question, as they have certain fiduciary responsibilities and oversight responsibilities, how the billions of taxpayer money is spent, asking how that money is spent and how the money is going to those who are connected allegedly to the then group CEO. And you'll just have to apologize, Jeremy. And how once those questions start being asked, then they are replaced with people who he claims are more compliant. It's something that is not unique to PRASA. We've seen it in every avenue of the state.
Michael, I know we're talking about a serious issue, and you've put that together for us very well, and I will make sure that we courier some cat pellets over to your house a little later as you continue to monitor that state capture inquiry resuming today with testimony from the former chair of PRASA, Popo Molefe. Michael Apple, thank you.